brought Sundancer into our training pen here. This is very new to him. He has only been in here once, so he was kind of curious looking around when he first came in. And today is our first session back. We have had a 3-month break because we were getting the alpine situated. Our last session we just kind of hung out. And today we're getting back into real training. And the goal here is to see how much he's retained of his previous training. Blue Duck and Juniper get turnout in here, so he's a little bit preoccupied smelling their poop right now. Just a little fun fact, horses can gather a ton of information from another horse's poop, such as their gender, their age, and even the mood they're in when they pooped, which is just super fascinating. So this is really useful to them in the wild. If a horse is running away when they stop and poop, they're going to have those fear chemicals in that feces, and then the horse that comes along after can actually smell that and know that that horse was fleeing from something. So really interesting stuff. And then we should put that in terms of our training environment. So if we have a round pen per se, where we have a horse in there and we chase them around 24/7, the poop that ends up in that round pen is going to be full of those stress chemicals and hormones, and the next horse we bring in is automatically going to know that another horse that was in there was stressed. So that was a long side note, but it's just super fascinating, so I thought I would share while he gets done investigating there. So let's just bring him up a little bit to our station. I always like to start out with some simple targeting. Here we go with the poop again. Targeting is it's really simple. It's a great behavior to initiate a session when your horse has had time off. Good. Notice that he's remembering treat mode very well. He's waiting for me to bring the pellets to him. He's not harassing me or nudging me or trying to get me to give him the hay pellets any faster. He's just waiting for me. And again, gathering some information there. We'll just be patient and wait. We'll put this target up and he can come when he's ready. Good. Now, if you watched episode 42, you'll know that in the last 3 months, I've probably only hung out with this guy about 10 times. We have been slammed getting that second pasture finished up and getting the 22 Alpine wild horses brought in and getting them settled and on the road back to healthy. They were rounded up by the Forest Service, which, unlike the BLM, doesn't have any requirements on adoption. They don't do any vaccines. They don't do any deworming. They don't do anything. They just round them up and put them straight into an online public auction. So when they got here, they were all a little sick, and we've had the vet out, and we've gotten that taken care of now. So now we've got time to work with Mr. Sundancer here again. Oh, got a little lip wiggle there. Now, when we start our sessions again, I am always going to be extra aware of any stress indicators. Those are the number one most important thing for us to be paying attention to in our horse during any given interaction with them, and especially when they've had time off. Certain things that they were okay with in your last session, whether it be a week or 3 days or 3 months ago, they might not feel the same about it in today's session. So we always want to be evaluating that and checking in with them and seeing how certain activities are making them feel. So Sundancer's head level here and his blinking eyes are all telling me that he's rather relaxed, which is very good. Good. So now we're just going to run through some touch, and we'll see how he feels about being touched. I'm watching here for stress indicators. There, his head level rose. So at that point, I'm going to back off. And then you see him immediately lower his head. This is another reason that I really enjoy positive reinforcement training versus traditional pressure and release. He got a little stressed there. I backed off. His head immediately lowered. And we've talked about this before in previous episodes. When the horse's head is above, see this hand motion here got him a little bit. You're okay, bud. You're okay. When the horse's head level is raised, their body is producing adrenaline. When it is low, they are relaxed and calm and in a state in which they are ready to learn. Okay, so just something to keep in mind. You see in a lot of traditional training videos, horses running around with their heads in the sky like giraffes. Those horses are intensely stressed, and they're not going to be learning as efficiently or effectively as they would if they were in a calm state during the learning process. So here we go. Now he's fine with that same spot. All the way down the hindquarters. Very good. Okay. Might just offer him some scratches. There. If you notice, he got a little bit tense. He stopped chewing there for a moment, and he was just kind of staring off into space. So instead of rubbing, I offered him some scratches, and he immediately started chewing his food again. He started blinking, and he relaxed. So that's fantastic to see. Now, his weight is already positioned where he doesn't have a whole lot of weight on this leg, so I'm just going to see if he will pick it up for me. Good. Now, I'm not asking him to hold it. We just want to start small and see what all he remembers. Very good. Okay. Good. Alright. Now I'm going to use my target here, and I'll just ask him to turn around so that I can assess the other side. If he wants to investigate the bucket, that's perfectly fine with me. Good. All right. We're watching for stress. He opts for the target, so we're going to go ahead and reward for that. Good boy. Very good. No problems there. Now let's see about under his belly. Good. Now, another common misconception we hear a lot in the horse training world is that if you ever turn your horse out with wild horses, those wild horses will make your horse wild. Now, if you're experiencing that, I would definitely invite you to take a look at your training methods and determine how you can make your horse enjoy your time together more, because this guy's been turned out, and actually all of my tame horses have been turned out in a half tame and half wild herd. And as you can see, he hasn't turned wild, even though he was completely untouched and wild back in June of 2022. So that is a myth that I would just love to dispel, because it runs rampant in the horse industry and it just doesn't make any practical sense. Okay, he's wondering what he's supposed to be doing here, so I'm going to ask him to pick up this foot. Good. Now he still feels like he needs to take a step back when he picks up a leg, but that's something we're going to refine in this behavior, and we will get that all worked out with him. All right, very good. You got an itchy spot? Looks like we got an itch. These are so cute. All right. So now I'm going to ask him to come back and line up to our bucket here. Very good. He took a step back, but that's okay. We're just going to see how he does when I get a little higher. Now notice the head level here. Right there. He lowered it voluntarily, so that's when I'm going to click and reward him for that calm behavior there. Good. Oh, we got an itch up here too, huh? Okay, we're just going to do that one more time. Much better. Getting itchy spots from up high always gets them to be more comfortable with you being up here. We'll see what he does. Very good. Nice job. Alright, now he was a little bit struggling with this bucket and seeing me up high before we had our long break, so I'm not going to do too much of that today. I'm going to stick to things that I know he's really confident with. Wow, I had hardly even picked it up and he was already trying to stick his head in there, so that's a great sign. Okay. You're okay. Got a little hung on his ears. That's okay though. Good. I might take that off and do that again. And side note here, I think this boy is really growing. Okay, so we need to work on the ears a little bit. That's okay. Come on. He's taking his time to process these emotions. And when he is relaxed, he's going to come right back up. See that? You see the blinking, the head lowered, and then here he comes. Good boy. Good. That's okay. So, in this instance, now he's gone over there to think about things. I should have started with one ear to make sure that he was still okay with his ears being touched, but I didn't, and that's okay. We'll just wait for him to calm down and come back over. I'll just offer him a hand target here. He's been growing, so the hole that used to slide on and off super easily got a little hung on his ears. Another thing that is just a little unexpected and I didn't take into account. That's okay though. I see him looking over in this direction. Okay. And And this is him saying no thank you right now. You guys, I think, can still see him over there. We got a new camera during this break too, so that I don't have to keep making more and more space on my phone. Okay. And he's gonna go say hello to his old buddy Blue Duck. Eat some snow. Say hello to Miss Denny. Oh. Denny always protests visitors. I'm not quite sure that she likes anyone here. You guys can't see, but they're just nostril to nostril sniffing one another right now. Now this is where patience really comes in, because he's investigating this area. This whole pen's pretty new to him. We just put these panels up here so that I would have a place to train. We had the electric fence, as you guys saw, but it would not ever charge properly. I think because our ground is so just compacted clay, so it's really hard to get the electricity to run correctly, so they were just running through that. So we got these panels instead, so I have a designated area to make these videos and work with these guys. Okay, he's looking at me. I might just offer him the target here. Just gonna move it around a little bit and draw his attention. He's gonna go check out the water trough. Get a drink real quick. Just drinking some water over there. I know he's out of frame. Okay, I'm going to put this down because he's not looking over here at the time. We've also, in the break, started putting a bale of hay out for them, especially since it's winter. It's important that they have enough to eat. And actually, it's pretty good for them to put on a little bit of extra weight before and leading up to winter. And our winter here ends at about the end of February to the end of March, depending. So we're going to be doing that, hopefully even beyond winter and indefinitely. We've got some nets on the way that will help them eat more slowly, and them being able to eat 24/7 is much better for their digestive systems than just eating twice a day. In fact, meal times for horses is often what causes ulcers. So a constant ingestion of forage actually sits on the top of their stomach and keeps the acid down. But when they only have 2 meals a day, that hay layer isn't there, and so that acid actually splashes up and begins to eat through the lining of their stomach. So eating 24/7 is really important for these guys. Denny is capturing all of his attention. I might just move here. Let's see if we can get him to come. He's thinking about it. I'm going to shift my posture. If you notice, I move my hips away. He's really focused on Miss Denny over there. I might just walk in front of him a little. And right back to Miss Denny. There we go. He's thinking about it now. Smelling some more poop. Okay. More poop. Eat some snow. This is okay. It's been a while. Excuse me. Now he's getting some more water. Big bunch of snow just fell off a tree back there. Alright, I'm just gonna get a little closer here. Okay, he actually turned away from me there, so I really hurt his feelings with this halter. That's okay. I understand. It's been a while. There we go. Good. We'll just do a little bit more targeting. It's nice and easy for him before we go messing with that anymore. I'm just waiting. I've got the target up about 3 feet in front of him. Good. Good. Now I'm just messing with moving this halter around on his head a little bit. The last thing we want to do is scare him a little bit more by taking it off. So we're going to work on it for a minute, and then we're going to work on putting it back on a little more slowly this time. And I'm going to loosen it to the last hole. More poop. Good. Okay, let's see if I can get him turned around here. Good. You're okay. You're all right. That sound bothered you, huh? Sensitive boy today. Come on. Oh, he says no thank you. Miss Denny is just captivating all of his attention. Okay, let's walk back over here. Oh, Denny girl. Alright, we got licking and chewing, and now he's headed back over to me. Good. Big exhale. I just match steps with him here a little bit. You guys can't see him. He's exploring this corner. He's just eating some snow. He's munching on some snow. Might just drift over here and offer this target. Denny's just really getting his attention. Drama. Hi, Danny girl. Good. He returned to my target. Okay. Alright, we got the halter off. Just unbuttoned it really quick. And now I'm going to put it on a much looser hole. We'll see if he feels like rejoining the camera frame. We got a big yawn there. It's good to see. It means he's relaxing again. He keeps eating snow and then getting the treats from my hand, so he's freezing my hands off. Alright guys, well, he's just seeming super uninterested today, so, sometimes this is just the reality of things, especially if you want a genuine two-way relationship with your horse. Some days they're not going to want to participate, and usually in the past, Sundancer hasn't been that way. However, today seems like one of those days, so we have to say, okay, that's fine, and we'll try again tomorrow. So, thanks for watching. Drop any questions you might have in the comments, and we will see you in the next episode.